Very good morning, students. Today we are going to study your chapter 5 from class 11th book Hornbill. Name of the chapter is The Ailing Planet, the Green Movement's Role. This is written by Nani Palkiwala. Let us see the brief introduction of this chapter. This chapter focuses on the factors that are responsible for the declining health of the earth. Declining means damaging, deteriorating health. The chapter was originally an article written by Nani Palkiwala, which was published in the newspaper The Indian Express on November 23, 1994. The writer discusses the green movement. He gives an example how a zoo in Zambia declared human beings as world's most dangerous animals. The writer also focuses on overpopulation, deforestation, and what should be our responsibility towards the environment. Let us start reading the chapter. The following article was written by Nani Palkiwala and published in the Indian Express on 24th November 1994. The issues that he raised regarding the declining health of the earth continue to have relevance. This chapter, The Ailing Planet, the Green Movement's Role, was an article published in the newspaper The Indian Express on November 24th, 1994. This is written by Nani Palkiwala. He wrote about the declining condition of earth. One cannot recall any moment in world history which has gripped the imagination of the entire human race so completely and so rapidly as the green movement, which started nearly 25 years ago. In 1972, the world's first nationwide Green Party was founded in New Zealand. Since then, the movement has not looked back. Gripped means clutch, hold. Green movement, it is a movement which stresses people to follow environmentally friendly practices. The green movement, which started nearly 25 years ago, from 1994, spread so quickly in the world history. The world's first nationwide Green Party was founded in New Zealand in 1972. The Green Movement, which started nearly 25 years ago from 1994, spread so quickly in world history. The world's first nationwide Green Party was founded in New Zealand in 1972. We have shifted, one hopes, irrevocably from the mechanistic view to a holistic and ecological view of the world. It is a shift in human perceptions as revolutionary as that introduced by Copernicus, who taught mankind in the 16th century that the earth and the other planets revolved around the sun. For the first time in human history, there is a growing worldwide consciousness that the earth itself is a living organism, an enormous being of which we are parts. It has its own metabolic needs and vital processes which need to be respected and preserved. From some time, let us see the word meaning. Irrevocably means in a way that cannot be changed or reversed. Holistic and ecological view. It means a view for the preservation of the environment. It also refers to the understanding of importance of Earth's resources for the use of future generations. Revolutionary means evolving a complete change. Let us see the explanation. From some time, our views have shifted from seeing Earth and its resources as irreversible to complete opposite. We now understand that our resources need to be conserved for future generations. Copernicus taught mankind how the Earth and other planets revolve around the sun, and it was a complete change which evolved human perception. Now the earth is seen as a living organism of which we are an integral part. Earth has its own metabolism and vital needs which humans should respect and preserve. The Earth's vital signs reveals a patient in declining health. We have begun to realize our ethical obligations to be good stewards of the planet and responsible trustees of the legacy of future generations. The concept of sustainable development was popularized in 1987 by the World Commission on Environment and Development. In its report, it defined the idea as development that meets the need of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs, that is, without stripping the natural world of resources future generations would need. Ethical obligations mean when someone is required to do something based on a rigorous standards of rules, means moral duty. Stewards, manager, or look after, managers. Sustainable development means economic development without depletion of natural resources. Let us see the explanation. Earth is now like a patient whose health is declining. We as human beings are now realizing our duty to be good managers of the planet and to be responsible trustees to conserve the environment so that we can pass a legacy to the future generations. Sustainable development was popularized in the year 1987 by the World Commission on the Environment and Development. In the reports, sustainable development is termed as a type of development that meets the needs of a present generation without wasting or compromising with natural resources so that future generation can meet their needs. In the zoo at Lusaka, Zambia, there is a case where the notice reads, "The world's most dangerous animal." Inside the case, there is no animal but a mirror where you see yourself. Thanks to the efforts of a number of agencies in different countries, a new awareness has now dawned upon the most dangerous animal in the world. He has realized the wisdom of shifting from a system based on domination to one based on partnership. Scientists have catalogued about 1.4 million living species with which mankind shares the earth. Estimates vary widely as regards the still uncatalogued living species. Biologists reckon that about 3 to 100 million after living species still languish unnamed in ignominious darkness. Dawn means begin. Reckon means calculate. Catalogued means classify, characterized. Languish, lose or lack of vitality of a person or plant or animal, grow weak. Ignominious, darkness means disgraced as no one has knowledge about them. In a cage, in a zoo at Lusaka, Zambia, there reads a notice, "The world's most dangerous animal," and inside the cage is a mirror that depicted that humans are the world's most dangerous animals. With the efforts of new agencies in the world, now humans are seen as the most dangerous animals. They have realized the importance of shifting to a new system based on partnership. Humans share the earth with about 1.4 million living species according to the classification of scientists. Biologists calculate that there are still millions of other species which are yet not classified due to their weakness or due to lack of knowledge about them. One of the early international commissions which dealt inter alia with the question of ecology and environment was the Brent Commission, which had a distinguished Indian as one of the members. Mr. L.K. Jha, the first Brent report, raised the question, are we to leave our successors a scorched planet of advancing deserts, impoverished landscapes, and ailing environment. Inter alia means among other things. Scorched means burn the surface with the heat of fire. Impoverished means made poor. Ailing means in poor health, sick. Explanation: Brandt's Commission was one of the early international commissions who dealt with questions of ecology and environment. They commissioned Mr. L.K. Jha as one of their commission members who was an Indian citizen. Its first report raised a question that are we going to leave a burnt planet with arid deserts, poor landscapes and a poor environment for our future generations. Mr. Lester R. Brown, in his thoughtful book, The Global Economic Prospect, points out that the Earth's principal biological system are four: fisheries, forests, grasslands, and croplands, and they form the foundation of the global economic system. In addition to supplying our food, these four systems provide virtually all the raw materials for industry except minerals and petroleum-derived synthetics. In large areas of the world, human claims on these systems are reaching an unsustainable level, a point where their productivity is being impaired. When this happens, fisheries collapse, forests disappear, grasslands are converted into barren wastelands, and croplands deteriorate. Synthetics means artificial substance. Impaired means weakened or damaged. Barren wastelands, barely inhabitable piece of land. Deteriorate, become progressively worse, decline. There are four principal biological systems that form the foundation of the global economic system according to the book by Leslie R. Brown, The Global Economic Prospect. Fisheries, grasslands and forest croplands. These four systems provide food and raw material for industry except for mineral and synthetics. These systems have reached an unsustainable point where their productivity has impaired. With this, fisheries will collapse, the forest will slowly disappear, grasslands will turn into barren wasteland, and croplands will become worse. In a protein-conscious and protein-hungry world, overfishing is common every day. In poor countries, local forests are being decimated in order to procure firewood for cooking. In some places, firewood has become so expensive that what goes under the pot now costs more than what goes inside it. Since the tropical forest is, in the words of Dr. Myers, the powerhouse of evolution, several species of the face extinction as a result of its destruction. Decimated to reduce in number, procure, obtain with care or effort. Overfishing is very common nowadays where people are becoming protein conscious. In poor countries, forests are being cut down on a large scale to obtain wood for cooking. In some areas, firewood is more costly than food. Many species are under destruction in tropical forests. It has been well said that forests precede mankind. Desert follow. The world's ancient patrimony of tropical forest is now eroding at the rate of 40 to 50 million acres a year, and the growing use of dung for burning deprives the soil of an important natural fertilizer. The World Bank estimates that a five-fold increase in the rate of forest planting is needed to cope with the expected fuel wood demand in the year 2000. James Smith, the president of the World Resources Institute, said the other day, we were saying that we are losing the forest at an acre a second, but it is much closer to an acre and a half to a second. Precede means come before in order or position. Patrimony means property inherited from father or ancestor. Deprives, prevent a person from using something. Forests and deserts come first in order in comparison to human. The ancient inheritance of tropical forest is constantly wearing away at the rate of 40 to 50 million acres a year. Also, the burning of dung is preventing the soil to become natural fertilizer. To meet the need for fuel demand, there is a need to increase the rate of forest plantation by fivefold by the year 2020. We are losing the forest closer to an acre and a half to a second, according to James Smith, president of the World Resources Institute. Article 48A of the Constitution of India provides that the state shall endeavour to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard the forest and wildlife of the country. But what causes endless anguish is the fact that laws are never respected nor enforced in India. For instance, the Constitution says that casteism, untouchability and bonded labor shall be abolished, but they flourish shamelessly even after 44 years of the operation of the Constitution. Endeavour means trying hard to achieve something. Anguish, pain, suffering. Casteism, discrimination on the grounds of caste. According to Article 48A of the Constitution of India, the state should try to protect and improve the environment and must protect the forest and wildlife of the country. But the painful fact is that laws are never followed in India, for example, casteism, untouchability and bonded labor. They are abolished but still are followed shamelessly. Over the last 4 decades, a recent report of our Parliament's Estimates Committee has highlighted the near catastrophic depletion of India's forests over the last 4 decades. India, according to reliable data, is losing its forest at the rate of 3.7 million acres a year. Large areas officially designated as forest land are already virtually treeless. The actual loss of forest is estimated to be about 8 times the rate indicated by government statistics. Catastrophic depletion, a harmful reduction in a number of something. Over the last 4 decades, India is losing forest at a harmful rate of 3.7 million acres a year. As per the report of Parliament's Estimates Committee, the large area of forest land is now treeless and the actual loss is estimated to be 8 times the rate given by government statistics. A 3-year study using satellites and aerial photography conducted by the United Nations warns that the environment has deteriorated so badly that it is critical in many of the 88 countries investigated. There can be no doubt that the growth of world population is one of the strongest factors distorting the future of human society. It took mankind more than a million years to reach the first billion. That was the world population around the year 1800. By the year 1900, a second billion was added and the 20th century has added another 3.7 billion. The present world population is estimated at 5.7 billion. Every 4 days, the world population increases by 1 million. Distorting means deform, disfigure. According to the 3-year study conducted by the United States nations using satellites and aerial photography, our environment has got so bad that in 88 countries, it has reached the critical stage. Growth of world population at such a fast rate is one of the strongest reasons behind the distortion of the future of mankind. When it took more than a million years to reach the first billion population, in the next 100 years, the population number increased by the next billion numbers. In the 20th century, the population reached 3.7 billion and the present number is 5.7 billion. Presently, the case is of the population increasing by 1 million every 4 days. Fertility falls as income rise, education spreads and health improves. Thus, development is the best contraceptive, but development itself may not be possible if the present increase in numbers continues. Development is the best possible solution for overpopulation. It can help in reduction in fertility and rise in income, to spread more education and improvement in health. But if the number of population will keep increasing, it may not help in attaining any kind of development. The rich get richer and the poor beget children, which condemns them to remain poor. More children doesn't mean more workers, merely more people without work. It is not suggested that human beings be treated like cattle and compulsorily sterilized, but there is no alternative to voluntary family planning without introducing an element of coercion. The choice is really between control of population and presentation of poverty. Beget means give life to. Condense, find guilty of something. Sterilize means make free from bacteria or other microorganisms. Voluntarily done or given of one's free will. Coercion means force. Perpetuation, keep going. As the rich get richer and poor birth children who are bound to remain poorer, more population will lead to more unemployment. Humans should not be treated like cattle who are sterilized by force. But to control population, some element of force has to be put on for family planning. Now humans have to choose between population control and keeping up with poverty. The population of India is estimated to be 920 billions today, more than the entire populations of Africa and South America put together. No one familiar with the conditions in India would doubt that the hope of the people would die in their hungry hutments unless population control is given topmost priority. Hutments means collection of huts. The population of India is 920 million, that is more than the population of Africa and South America together. If the population is not controlled, most of the people would die in their huts with just a hope. For the first time in human history, we see a transcending concern, the survival not just of the people but of the planet. We have begun to take a holistic view of the very basis of our existence. The environmental problem doesn't necessarily signal our demise. It is our passport for the future. The emerging New World vision has ushered in the era of responsibility. It is a holistic view, an ecological view, seeing the world as an integrated whole rather than a dissociated collection of parts. Transcending concern means a concern that existed for a very long time and has passed down from one generation to another. Demise means death. Ushered means guide someone somewhere. But with the time, people are now concerned about the survival of the planet. We have now started to see our existence with a comprehensive view. Solving environmental problems are a passport to the future and should not be seen as a remark of our death. We should see the world as a whole and not as different parts. Industry has a most crucial role. Crucial means important. Role to play in this new era of responsibility. What a transformation would be effected if more businessmen shared the view of the chairman of DuPont, Mr. Edgar S. Pollard, who 5 years ago declared himself to be the company's chief environmental officer. He said, "Our continued existence as a leading manufacturer requires that we excel in environmental performance." In the era of responsibility towards the environment, industry plays an important part. Chairman of DuPont, Mr. Pollard, declared himself as Chief Environmental Officer, and such attitude in other businessmen can have a great effect on the transformation. Of all the statements made by Margaret Thatcher during the years of her prime ministership, none has passed so decisively into the current coin of English usage as her felicitous words, "No generation has a freehold on this earth. All we have is a life tenancy with a full repairing lease." In the words of Mr. Lester Brown, we have not inherited this earth from our forefathers, we have borrowed it from our children. Decisively means clear and definitive. Felicitous, well chosen. Freehold, permanent tenure of land and property. Tenancy, possession of the land. When Margaret Thatcher was the Prime Minister, her one statement which was so well chosen, she said that no human on this earth holds a permanent tenure. We all have life, possession and a full repairing lease. According to Mr. Lester Brown, we have borrowed the earth from our children. So we should take care of this. This is all children. This article, this chapter is related to our environment, and this is also my duty, your duty. It is the duty of all the members of this earth that we should save this earth from pollution. We should save this earth and we should escape it. We should save it for our children, for the future generation. This is all students. I hope you all have understood. Thank you for watching the video.